words a beacon through the darkest distance. Converse with heathens that get lost in systems. Lead the village to...
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. It's Saturday night and live on 2K Sports. We've got the excitement of the NBA for you tonight. This is Kevin Harlan. I'm joined by Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. DA, take it away.
Thank you very much. Now the calls to shorten the NBA season continue. One NBA president has even suggested a 58-game schedule. And for the playoffs, one and done. He says there's a reason people tune into every football game. The college tournament in 63 games gets more TV money than we do in our entire regular season. The more drama, the more TV.
What's not to like? Everything makes sense. Rest the players, more practice time, and all the things you just talked about. Maybe, DA, less is more. And thanks for the report. Now, here's Milton. A look at the 76ers starting group. On the block, it's Tucker next to Embiid. DeAnthony Melton out there with Shake Milton. And it's Harris in at the 3, the small forward.
You see that? That's called mobility, people. Embiid just moves with such effortless fluidity when he's attacking the cup. It's crazy.
And now, Greg, that we're into the meat of the season, are you seeing any emerging trends out there?
For a few years, the trend had been guys shooting from farther and farther out. But, Kevin, I think we're seeing a return of the big man, a more concerted effort to attack the interior.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And with the 15th pick in the 2011 draft, Kawhi Leonard wasn't highly touted coming out of high school or college.
Listen, even in the pros, recognition took a while. How about this? He won Finals MVP and Defensive Player of the Year before he ever made an All-Star team. Now, one of the 75 greatest.
And it's sent back by Morris. Outside Leonard hits the three-point bomb. Leonard's got 5 points so far.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Out to Harris. And Embiid in the corner. The 76ers with another miss.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the three, but he just couldn't get it together.
And that one's good, George.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
Yeah, but they can't relax. They've got to keep building on this lead because it is not safe.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
Coming onto the court is your
For the Clippers, Austin's checked in, and it's Luke Kennard in for Jackson. A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Melton against George. Melton passes to Embiid. A fadeaway, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Embiid's got his second basket. A three from Leonard, and again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And now let's bring up the 2K leaderboard so we can see and check out some of the most feared defenders in the league. The steal leaders among shooting guards. D'Anthony Melton, number 1.
You know, he's often forced to guard the opposition's top player on the perimeter, and still he's made his way all the way up the steals list.
He's the kind of elite defender that opponents just absolute dread going against him.
And they are starting to pull away here as the shots continue to fall.
Yeah, the D is looking helpless to stop them right now. They're doing whatever they want to do on offense.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple. And some added toughness on the roster. Something Philly knew they needed after last year's playoffs. The hope is adding scrappy veterans like P.J. Tucker and D'Anthony Melton will help them further this go-round.
Now, here's Milton. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Here's Milton. Harris outside. Lock at 6. Embiid trying to break loose.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game. And you know what, call it great defense or poor offense. Either way, they're limiting their score.
That one from long range. Leonard's got 17.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
We'll see if they can keep this pace. Not sure they can win it by relying on just the 3.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Hall comes in for Luke Kennard. So a moment now to see the story for Joel Embiid. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Hilton the pass to Harris. There's the pass to Tucker. Just 5 on the clock. Looking to end the run. The shot, no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Philadelphia this year. Traps in the tray.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Well, it was the Clippers. Their last game a loss to the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
Yeah, if you allow a team to shoot such a high percentage in their own building, you're going to have a big hill to climb.
And the 76ers making a change here. Eibel's checked in. Now, here's Melton. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Los Angeles leading by 22. Here's Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. 19 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, man, off to a terrific start. Yet to miss with 6 made buckets.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
And despite the double-digit lead, still in attack mode, getting their feet wet there in the paint.
And so it's Wall. He brings it up for Los Angeles.
Well, in spite of the critics and the injuries, Paul George continues to produce one of the league's truly elite players.
Philadelphia's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Harris, and it's sent back by Leonard.
And just a big-time shot-blocking threat. Leonard's instincts on defense are just mind-boggling. Knows when to go after the blocks.
And you mentioned the injuries for Paul George. Let's see, G8, the broken leg, shoulder surgeries, last season a torn elbow ligament.
And I'm sure there are a few others, Kevin. But give him credit. To battle through and maintain his greatness tells you something about his competitive will.
Count it.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Well, it was the 76ers, their last game, a loss to Memphis.
You got to give them an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
And maybe if they were at home, their fans could have given them the boost they needed to get over the top.
Idle for three. The Clippers grab the miss.
Yeah, that's a shame because I'm not sure the defense will let him get a shot that good again very soon.
Nailed from three-point land.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And here's Melton after Paul George getting his three to go. Melton passes to Harris. To the inside. Embiid. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And it's 6 points for Joel Embiid. Right side, Leonard. Over Harris. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by George.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
Embiid, no good.
Surprising he didn't bury that, but hey, it happens sometimes.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the Clippers. They kept going to him again and again, and he delivered with a monster quarter. We've got more in store for you right after this.
And please give a big round of applause for your Clippers USA.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Los Angeles? So on the floor for Philadelphia, we've got Montrezl Harrell. Shake Milton is out there with Korkmaz, and it's House in its small forward. Powell kicks to George. From beyond the arc and then some. George has got 18 points in the game.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
And since 1999, the Clippers and the Lakers have shared their downtown LA arena, the only NBA teams to split a venue, but that's going to change soon.
And so here are the Clippers after the Sixers pick up 2. He dialed that one up from long distance. George has got 21.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
And here is Milton. 17 points for him last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And he didn't just create offense for himself now. He did a tremendous job of setting up his teammates as well.
The Clippers broke ground on their new arena, set to open in Inglewood in 2024. I've seen the footprint. You fly right into LAX, and you see it every time. It's going to be beautiful.
And that'll be huge for the Clips. As they're trying to create their own identity in Southern California, having a venue just for the Clippers will help.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Rebound by Harrell.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
Now here's Harrell. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Shoots over Covington, and it's Harrell missing. LA has gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Now we see more and more top prospects bypass college or even leave high school early to make 6 figures playing for G League Ignite. For many years, going pro at such a young age was something we only saw abroad, but that reality is now here. Kevin?
I like it too, David. The landscape is shifting, and I think for the better. Thank you for the report.
Not his best efficiency this quarter. Look, sometimes that's how it goes.
Fires for 3. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. With the step back. Milton with it. Jackson on him. A shot by Milton, no good.
They are losing because he is struggling so bad, and he has not looked comfortable all game.
And different games, different officials. Something that might be called a foul in one game, Greg, may not be called in the next. As a player, how do you adjust to that?
It's a great question, and that's part of being a veteran. I learned early on, you actually scout officials the same way you scout the players. They have tendencies as well.
Sinks the triple.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Now, here's Milton. Inside. And Harrell slaps it in.
Yeah, just showcasing his agility in these sets. Harrell's IQ and knowing when to slash is impressive.
Connects again from distance.
And what a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps knocking him down from deep.
Greg, he has just exploded from beyond the arc. That last make tying him for second in most threes in a game. Offensive rebound. Milton the pass to Korkmaz. Tries again, and the layup is up and in. Korkmaz has got his first points in this one.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Greg, the Philadelphia 76ers have made it very clear that they are all in on a title run.
And their front office has been very focused on trying to get top-tier talent on this roster. After the trust the process era, they're now aggressively pursuing titles here in Philly.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Batum. Leonard comes in for Robert Covington. Mann's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's John Wall in for Reggie Jackson. And again for three.
And of course it falls for him. That three pushes him into the history books.
Well, he is now tied for the most threes in a game. This is a night we will never forget. Here's Harris, and slam dunk by Harris.
And I understand that people might not realize this, but he's 6'7". You cannot forget about his bounce because he's got something.
George from deep three-point land. That shot misses. And it's Philadelphia the other way. They can look forward to the Rockets Arena after this matchup to take on Houston. And that's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them.
And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
They set a physical tone early on, and they're being rewarded for their efforts.
And here's Melton. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got 4 rebounds now tonight. George from deep three-point land. Leonard kicks to George. Good! Another from 3.
Unbelievable. Gets the record with a beautiful three.
A new single-game record, GA, in a night that everyone will remember for the rest of their lives. And so Doc Rivers has had enough. Timeout.
Come on and get loud right now, man. It's time to cheer on your Clippers spirit.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Marcus Morris comes in for Mann. And it's Kennard in for Zubac. The 76ers shooting a low 30% mark from the field. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Melton. Finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
George way outside. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. The 76ers shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
Personal foul.
That's good from Harris.
A good percentage from here. Harris over 80% for his career.
Long range from the inbound. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Hello, everybody. We're here to break it all down, and through the first half of play, it's a very commanding lead for the Los Angeles Clippers.
It's obvious crashing the boards was a point of emphasis. They're rebounding by committee, and their dominance in that category is a key reason for this lead.
Their opponent needs to find some Windex because they need to start cleaning the glass.
Ooh, Ernie, I see how you did that.
And now that we're a ways into the season, here's how the standings look out west. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
If I'm his teammate, I keep feeding the hot hand, especially since he's been on fire from deep also.
The wing pairing, George and Leonard. Post tandem for him, Morris and Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the point. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
That is a perfect placement of that dime. Just guided it right to him.
Season after season, it seems like Tobias Harris only proves himself more invaluable.
He's one of those glue guys. Stick him into almost any lineup and he can contribute. Points, rebounds, assists, whatever you need. And that's what makes him a precious commodity.
And the rejection by Zubac.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Leonard dishes to Jackson. Morris passes to George. A three-pointer off the mark. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Nobody near Milton. And the three off target. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. And here's George for three. He can't get it to go. And Philadelphia the other way now. Milton on top. Zubac defending. Pass to Embiid. Fades and shoots. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got 4 rebounds in this game.
Rough start to the second half for them, only getting 1 of the past 4 shots to fall.
Here's Melton, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And, you know, the Anthony Melton's progression as a shooter has been impressive.
Yeah, he struggled on the pull-up jumpers early in his career, but he worked at it, and now he's very efficient. His offense is almost as good as his defense at this point.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Boston's checked in, and John Wall subbed in for Paul George. Philadelphia also making some changes. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker, and it's Korkmaz in for Shake Milton. Pass to Harrell. Launches it. The 76ers with another miss.
Ooh, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Korkmaz, and the rejection by Zubac. And that's on a bounce. Philadelphia will retain possession. And the 76ers making a change here. House is checked in.
I think the defense will live with him taking mid-range jumpers, but maybe just a little bit more resistance.
Wall, that's good.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Harrell controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
The dogged intensity Harrell has is just insane. And he uses all this energy to his advantage, particularly on the glass.
Wall's shot is off. Philadelphia's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Melton passes to Harrell. Here is House. He averages about 5 points a game. And Harrell slams it in.
Just a beautiful job of scanning the floor, finding the open man. Harris looking to involve his teammates.
And here's Morris for 3. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got his 4th assist in this one.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes. This is the definition of forcing it. He's trying to get himself going, but taking tough shots just won't do it.
For the Clippers organization, GA, what do you think the goal is?
Well, it's clear to me, Kevin, get to the NBA Finals. The Clippers have never made it there, and I think a trip to the Finals is within reach of this group. They just need to stay healthy.
Nothing just seems to be bouncing his way today. Mama said there'd be days like this. They have missed his production.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Korkmaz. Another miss by Philadelphia.
You know, some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence. He's been meticulous on offense, and it's paid off with a flawless shooting percentage for him so far in this game.
Here's Melton. And again, unable to change momentum here. And here's Morris for 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
How about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Looking to get back on track here. And the rejection by Zubac. Jacks up a 3. And Marcus Morris with the 3. Morris has got 27 points.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Melton passes to Harris. Over Morris. Harris's shot is off.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down. They're in strong position coming down the stretch, and he is a big reason why.
Perilous screen on Jackson. Melton passes to House. Back to Melton. Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. A 3 from Morris. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no sign of letting up.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
And so it's Los Angeles, able to put on a show for the ages. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. So on the floor for Philadelphia, we've got Lee. Matisse Thybulle's out there with Reed. And it's Niang in at the 4-man position. Passes it to Zubac. Back to Leonard from past the arc. A 3-pointer is right on target. Leonard's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Clippers. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Los Angeles. Hey, Richard, as soon as your playing career ended, you got right into this business, into broadcasting. when did you decide that this would be the next step?
Well, the first time is when I thought I was going to be out the league, and so I started doing more and more work until I retired in 2018. So it started way before I retired.
That laid the groundwork for you. Good job. And the Clippers call time here. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Knocks down the 3-ball. George has got 56 points in the game.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
Springer, great pass to set up the lay-in.
You'd love to get the ball this close in every trip where you can almost just not miss.
And George kicks to Morris. There's the triple. Springer pulls it in. The 76ers shooting just 29% in this game. They are not a pretty sight out there offensively. Thibault, the pass to Springer. One of the biggest changes in the NBA since I started broadcasting back in the early 80s, player movement, Richard. Guys switching teams all the time. Is that a good thing or a bad thing for the NBA?
I think for players, it's great because you have more mobility. You have a chance to change your environment and revitalize you. For the fans, I understand. Probably not so much because really they connect to these players, especially when you draft them or they're a part of an epic year or a championship. You just hate to see those players go. So there's two sides to it.
And I bet as a player, knowing you as I do, you probably enjoy the challenge of trying to reassert yourself, find out where you could best help your new team.
Yes, and you enjoy your new role. I've been in roles where I was expected to be a leading scorer. I've also been in a role where I was expected to mentor Kawhi Leonard, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Harrison Barnes. All those guys were drafted at my time in Golden State.
Here's Springer, and a wide open look for Lee. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Good, that's another bucket. That's 62 points, 62.
Amazing, a remarkable performance from him so far.
There's Lee with the three. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Niang's got his first 2 points of the night.
Defense always had their eyes on him, and then he gives it away. Classic misdirection.
The three from George. And another three for the Clippers.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Got a piece of it, and it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. So, for the Clippers, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Leonard. Robert Covington comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Luke Kennard in for Paul George. Niang kicks to Thibault. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. The pass to Milton. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And he might have thrown himself off. when he saw how much space he had from three.
The Clippers have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Shots good by Kennard.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
I think when you've got it going from three-point range, you've got to keep it going. It's a good way to kind of pile up the points quickly. Making the floater look this smooth is not as easy as it looks. It's a challenging shot.
From deep three-point range, Covington's shot is off. Philadelphia has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Embiid, and the dunk by Embiid.
Defense looks helpless against Embiid on that slam. He's just too physical.
Outside, Covington. Drills it from outside. Covington's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits.
Oh, the officials are all over that.
This game is always changing, and there are fads. It's cyclical, RJ, in so many ways. Here we have the last 4 MVP winners, all 6'11" or taller, when a lot of people think it's a game of 6'6", 6'7" guys.
Yes, that's true. And I'm glad that it's starting to come back. You know why? Because I had to go against Shaq and Tim Duncan and David Robinson my first 2 times in the finals. And everyone's like, you're 0-2. It's like I had to go against those Giants. I'm glad to see that Giants are back and dominating the game.
Yeah, clearly the big men are not extinct.
Nope.
Philadelphia shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end. Here's Korkmaz. The feed now to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Clippers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Paul George.
And he's been a well-oiled machine on offense, keeping things simple on this end, getting the looks that he wanted, knocking them down.
Here is House. Pass to Harrell. Makes it off the glass.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
It's a shame, really. If they had been playing like this last quarter, they might be in a different situation right now.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game, saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
And another 3 for the Clippers.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
Korkmaz passes to Milton. Shoots the 3. Wall grabs the board.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Here's Korkmaz. To the paint. Now Harrell. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Kawhi, how satisfied are you with your team's performance tonight in this win?
We did a great job tonight. You know, we got to come in every game with the defensive hat on first, and we did that tonight. We made shots, and we ended up winning the game.
You took it to them when it mattered, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.